Aye, aye, tuka tuka. Oh, we, oh, we.
The Legend of the Maasai Adumu. The Land of Red Earth. In the land where the sun bleeds gold into the horizon, where grass moves like waves beneath the wind, there lives a people whose hearts beat with the rhythm of drums. They are called the Maasai, keepers of cattle, children of the sky. Their robes burn red against the endless savanna, a color of blood, of life, of the promise between man and earth. Before the world knew borders or cities, the Maasai walked with their herds under the open heavens, believing that Ngai, the god of the sky, had placed all cattle upon the earth for them to protect. And among them, there was once a boy named Ngai, whose eyes carried the same fire as the setting sun. Part I. The Boy of Dust and Dream. Ngai was small for his age, lean, quiet, the kind who listened to the wind. Every morning, he followed his father and the other warriors into the plains, watching the cattle move like a living river. To the Maasai, cattle were not just food, they were the soul of the people. Each animal carried the breath of Ngai, and a man's worth was measured not in gold, but in hooves. But Ngai's heart was not in the herd. He often looked up to the sky, to the vultures circling far above. He dreamed not of cattle, but of height. He wanted to touch the sky. Part 2. The Fire of Adulthood. When a boy becomes a man, the Maasai say he must first face fear, not to destroy it, but to dance with it. For generations, this passage was marked by a ritual, the Adumu, the jump of the warriors. Each young man would leap straight into the air, higher than the others, his body perfectly straight, his feet never leaving the circle of his brothers. It was not a contest of strength but of spirit. The higher you jumped, the closer you came to Ngai, and the one who touched the wind would be chosen to lead. When the time came for Ngai's ceremony, the elders painted his body in ochre and ash. They tied beads around his neck and gave him a single spear. Today, they said, you will learn if your heart belongs to the earth or the sky. Part 3. The Jump. At dawn, the entire village gathered. Drums began to thunder. Women sang the ancient chant of the warriors, deep, rhythmic, echoing across the plains. Ngai stood among the others, 20 boys, faces painted red and white. The circle formed. The beat quickened. One by one, the young warriors leaped. Their shadows cut through the dust like wings. The air shimmered with heat and pride. Then it was Ngai's turn. He stepped forward. The drums slowed. He bent his knees and jumped. Once, twice, then again higher. His feet barely touched the earth before rising once more. The others began to chant his name. Ngai, Ngai. On the final jump, he soared higher than any before him. So high that the sunlight caught the beads on his chest. And for an instant, it seemed as if he was glowing. They said the wind itself bent to lift him. When he landed, he fell to his knees, trembling. The elders watched in silence. Then the oldest among them, a man whose eyes had seen 50 seasons, placed his hand on Ngai's head and whispered, "You have touched Ngai's breath. You are no longer a boy. Part 4. The Sky and the Blood. That night, the warriors feasted. The drums echoed through the valley, and the women sang of courage, of fire, of the leap that reached the heavens. But Lenkai did not join them. He stood alone, looking out at the stars above Mount Kilimanjaro. He realized that the Adumu was not just a dance. It was a prayer, a promise that even when bound to the earth, man would still reach upward. From that day forward, he was no longer Lenkai the boy, but Lenkai Olowingoni, the sky dancer. He led hunts, defended his tribe, and taught the next generation how to leap, not just with their legs, but with their hearts. Part 5. The Legacy. Generations passed. The Maasai faced drought, war, and the creeping edge of modern life. Yet still, they dance. Still, they leap beneath the same sky that watched Lenkai rise. And they say that when a young warrior jumps higher than all the rest, for just a moment, you can see a figure in the clouds, a boy with fire in his eyes, smiling down at them. Because for the Maasai, to jump is to live, to rise is to remember, and to touch the sky is to honor the God who gave them the earth. Outro. So when you see the red robes moving in the wind, when you hear the drums echo across the African plains, remember the boy who leaped toward heaven and taught his people that courage can fly. Don't forget to subscribe to Kelvin's Heart Tales, where we bring forgotten legends and living traditions to life, one story at a time.